Hello from the France Eyewitness Control Tower. My job is to guide you through this video, try to help with some of the information that's in it, because sometimes I haven't got a clue myself. I apologise in advance about some of the audio quality in the car, some of the dodgy camera footage to say the least, but hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Sit back, grab some popcorn, relax and enjoy the show.
So we're on our way at the moment. Just grabbed a coffee. About a 2-hour drive ahead of us. Thereabouts. We're just at a services near me. Apologies for the audio quality. I will be getting a microphone at some point, but I just haven't got one at the moment, so you're just gonna have to. I sound like I'm in a tin can, I know, but it'll do the job for now. But here we are in a French services. As you can see, everything is very nice, very clean, lots of facilities, showers, fuel, food. One thing about France is the services are fantastic. So off we go. So 15 degrees now. It's November 2nd. So I think it's going to reach about 21, 22 degrees today, hopefully, which is really good for November. So I'm not going to complain. But you can see still a lot of holiday goers, campers, etc. We're just going to hit the motorway right now. The A50. We're just leaving the Toulon area and we're going to be hitting the A52, the A8, then the A7, and then we're going to be hitting the back roads. But I'm not going to take you all the way on the motorway because that would be quite boring. But you get to see a little bit of the motorway driving, a little bit of back road driving. And when we reach this place, I've never been here. I don't know what to expect. Everyone is telling me to go here. You have to go here. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. So go. So I kind of have reached a point where I say, okay, I have to go. It's a perfect day. Beautiful weather for a nice Saturday drive.
Yes, it is indeed a beautiful, lovely, sunny day. Perfect day for a road trip, I might add. What's the objective here, you might ask? We're en route to a random town in the Provence region of France. This town is unknown to us, obviously, at this point in the video, but I've also never been here before, so it's a new adventure for me. I'll let the cool, smooth operator in the car take over and tell you in more detail.
So in this series I should be visiting 10 locations in the Provence region, and there's plenty more than 10 towns that are beautiful and, you know, spectacular to visit, but I thought I'd narrow it down to 10 really famous towns, I suppose, towns that everyone kind of recommends. The good point of this time of year is the tourist season has finished pretty much. In the summertime there's just camper vans everywhere, tourists everywhere. But this is a really, really nice time and the weather's still good. So it's a good time to visit these places when there's not so many people about, really. So I tried to show you a little bit of motorway driving, a little bit of the town itself. Arriving in the town, again, I have a rough idea where it is on a map, so I'm kind of just winging it here, and try to show you as much as I can. And as you can see now, for anyone who's interested, this is our first toll péage of the trip. And in France, on the motorway system, the autoroute, there is tolls everywhere. It's pretty crazy, actually. However, I will say that the motorway system and all the services and everything that is on the network is fantastic. I would say it's the best in Europe, but correct me if I'm wrong. But it is expensive. I estimate where we're going, because I've travelled up this way on the motorway before, it's about €16 each way, give or take. I'll actually put in the total toll costs at the end, just so you have a look. But yeah, it can really put you off taking trips sometimes. When quite recently I was travelling to Spain, San Sebastian actually. Now it's a bit of a drive from here. It took I think it was 8 or 9 hours drive total on the motorway, and yeah, it was like €100 or something on tolls. One of the tolls was over 36 euro. So yeah, it's not cheap. Pretty much, I calculated I spent close to the same amount on fuel that I did on tolls, so it's like twice the cost. You do have the choice to go on the back roads. There's the national routes. Some of them are really, really good actually, and are nearly at motorway level. So but just the auto routes are just so easy. They bring you the most direct way. You know, they're very clear. Signage is good. The services, like I said, are fantastic, and they're all kind of, you know, close together. So you'll have every, don't quote me on the exact figures here, but about every 30 kilometers you'll have fueling, restaurants, all that kind of thing. And then every in between you'll have these kind of, call them airs, which you just pull up and it will have toilets, picnic area. Some of them have showers, some of them have a coffee machine, which is kind of a new thing, which is fantastic. So that's all a bonus to travelling on the auto route. Speed limit, if anyone's interested, on the auto route is 130 kilometers an hour on a sunny day or good weather, and when it rains you have to drop it to 110. So you see the signs and they'll say 130, and then kind of have a picture of sunshine and then a picture of rain and saying 110. Right where we are now, I think it's 110, because it's kind of a little bit windy, and we're going through a kind of a hilly mountain pass, but generally it's 130. The equipment I have for video footage, and like I said, my microphone and all that jazz is not great. I'm just going to work with what I have for the moment, and I'm trying to get better equipment in, because I know it's not great listening to someone speaking through a tin can. But bear with me, it's not going to last forever.
They say that Portugal is the California of Europe, but I would say there's a strong argument to put Provence in the mix also. In terms of its landscape and its sunny climate, for me it just reflects California vibes. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm delusional. Let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you're from California.
I don't know if the camera gives it justice, but all around this area is extremely beautiful. Lovely trees, hills, cliff sides. Pretty much all of Provence is like that. It's a very, very beautiful area. I didn't know much about it before I came here. I knew, where it was, heard some good things about it, but you hear good things about everywhere, on the Mediterranean. So I came here and I couldn't believe how beautiful it really, really is. So on the left, camera probably can't pick it up, but that's the outskirts of Marseille, and we're basically just bypassing around the Marseille area and then heading straight north or across northwest through Aix-en-Provence. Marseille, it's a huge city and it spreads around quite a mountainous region, so you've got kind of areas of it that finger out into the hills, but itself it's quite a big city. I hope I'm recording. Well, I pressed it before I left, so we'll see. Videos as long as I can that keeps it entertaining, keeps it informative, so you can kind of see every aspect of it really. There's a lot of short form videos out there, very quick, a couple of minutes. I'm sure a lot of people are sick and tired of that and just want to sit down and watch a good hour long video. Whether it's boring or not, that's another story. We're still on the A52. We changed there at Marseille from the A50 to the A52. So next is the A8, which we're not too far away from. Do you have any recommendations of places to go in Provence area for the moment? I probably will expand that out to further France, but I think I'll focus on Provence right now. Yeah, please put it in the comments and I'll see if I can go. yet, but just ahead in the distance you'll see Saint Victoire, excuse my pronunciation, which is Saint Victor or Victoria, I don't know actually. But it's a beautiful mountain, kind of like a tabletop mountain, which is near Aix-en-Provence. Saint Victoire. I think it's Saint Victoria. Better check that out. I have been to the top of it because I'm just a great climber, just a great outdoorsman. Not really though, but it was one of those days I went up for a hike, and it's not a bad hike. I think it's about 2.5 hours up, 3 hours up. Well, a lot of people going up it. Footpath is well trodden, and an amazing view at the top. Because it's so close to Aix-en-Provence, there's so many people going out. It's probably the most people I've seen on a trail anywhere. It's kind of takes away from it a little bit. But if you're around or staying in the area, it's definitely worth a day to do if the weather is good.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm on the road, I work up an appetite and a thirst for a nice coffee. If you are on the road and you're on the A7, this place here, Aire de Lançon, is a great place to pull into. Look, it's not the best place in the world in terms of prices and all of that. It's a truck stop, it's going to be expensive. But you can go up here onto the viewing platform, watch the world go by, and you can get yourself a nice little breakfast sandwich like I did.
So we're back. We're just after passing that pit stop there, back on the road again, and we're on the A7, so haven't got much motorway left before we're hitting the back roads. Again, rough idea where I'm going. I know the exit, I know a little bit of the road, and then I'm just going to wing it from there, see how it goes. One thing I've noticed on the journey up is because it's a holiday here, kids been off school all week, and All Saints Day was yesterday, the 1st. There's a lot of, should we say, weekend tourists on the road, so I hope this place is not packed, and I hope you can get parking. We're currently about 10:30 in the morning, so this is when I actually estimated to be here. So I'll re-estimate, I'd say, I don't know, anyway, just after 11, 11:15 or something along them. But it's further than I thought. Regardless, main thing is get parking, get pulled up, and check this place out. Check, my battery is at about half, so hopefully it will last us all the way to there. Something I really need to sort out is battery life and being able to charge, because when you're recording, I realise how much battery a unit uses, and it needs to be basically sourced, or have a power source constantly. So I'm going to research getting a cable that I can power from the car into the unit, into the camera. It's not a GoPro, it's a, I get the name up on screen, but it's a, I think it's ASX50. But if all goes well, I want to get some more cameras, microphone, other bits and bobs. Like I say, this is the A7, very, very busy road normally. Probably one of the busiest in the area. It goes Marseille to Lyon, and it's one of the main arteries down the Rhone Valley, down into Italy as well, from France. So a lot of freight moving on this road. Now it's a Saturday, so you can see it's still busy, but during the week this is wall to wall. Unfortunately, there's a lot of accidents on it as well. So you just need to pay attention, take your time. When this motorway comes to a standstill, it comes to a standstill. You're not going anywhere. So at the moment, all clear. Now, again, the camera won't pick this up, but we're passing or getting close to an area called Les Alpes, which is, I believe, the small Alps it translates to, and a beautiful little kind of mountain range that kind of has rock faces, kind of similar to the Alps but smaller, and really, really beautiful area. This is really, really nice area of Provence. When I first came here, this is up close to this area, in a place called Bellerid, which is close to Chateauneuf-du-Pape, which, if you like wine, it's a very famous wine. I used to live up in this area. This is where I came first, before I moved down to Toulon area, and it's just really, really beautiful. Very provincial, beautiful houses, farmhouses with stonework on the outside, beautiful villages. Countryside is amazing, vineyards, and the main kind of city in the area is Avignon, which is again a beautiful city, totally walled, and it's definitely worth a visit. They have a festival every year as well. Always the case though when you live and work here. I try to see as much as I can when I have the free time, but when you live and work somewhere, you don't see as much as a tourist does, or someone comes to visit. Like, I had family that came to visit, and they had like an itinerary made out of all these places that they wanted to see. A lot of them I hadn't even been to yet. Now, I have been to a fair few places, but they you know, when you're working and living here, you just can't do that. You kind of just have to go your day to day, get your shopping, sort out all your bills and your normal life, and if you can get to go off and see something, it's a bonus. You see in the distance, there's a church on top of that hill. This is Orgon. Very, very beautiful place. sandwich hit the spot. The hunger has ceased.
Now, just a quick point on that breakfast sandwich. Yes, it was delicious. Yes, it filled me belly. Yes, I'm very happy and satisfied at this moment in time. But I'd say some of my French viewers might be a little bit disappointed that that is how I'm showing French cuisine. I will get to some of the delights of French restaurants and routers, which is where if you're on the national route, there's actual places where they take care of truckers where you can stop in, get a lovely meal. Dining in France is A1. But I was just a little bit hungry and I fancied a breakfast sandwich. So, French viewers, please forgive me. Control tower back again, guys. Just want to give you context about this area. I am familiar with this town we're just going into now and the area, but once we pass this town, which is called Cavaillon, I am totally unfamiliar with the area, just so you're aware.
I remember I have to cross this bridge. We're good. Used to travel up a lot here for work, so I'm familiar with the town itself and some of the outskirts. Beyond that, it's a mystery. It's 14 degrees here, so it's 10:30. I hope it picks up a little bit. It's November. Okay, I've seen some signs. Nothing here. Okay, nothing. That's great.
Okay everyone, at this point in the video, we're nearing our destination, so it won't be long now and the mystery will be unveiled.
Right, it's all country driving from here. Road is not in great condition. Every day. To a junction here. I don't know which way to go yet. Hopefully it's signposted. Okay, what is the story here? Okay, it's that way. Easy. A lot of cars on the road. Right, my battery's about to go dead. So I'll speak to you when I get there. Hopefully I do make it. So we made it. Parked up here, ready to walk into the town. The drive in, pity I didn't catch it. It was absolutely spectacular. Really beautiful place. For driving into the town, I went right into the town looking for parking. I recommend that you don't do that because there was no parking whatsoever and it's very tight driving. So just on the outskirts as you come in is this quite large car park. So if you see it, use this, and it's not a long walk down, so I drove back out to this and I'm going to walk up now. Extremely beautiful. A beautiful day as well. Blue skies. It's only a short walk down here. So once you get down, I'll see you then.
Okay, so just a short disclaimer here before we start really exploring all of the town. This was my first time walking through a town by myself with a camera trying to film things, which if you've never done that before, it is kind of a strange experience if you're not used to it. Now, once you do get used to it, it's absolutely fine. But you might see some of that on the camera footage. It's quite normal. But also, because I had very limited experience, of course, I'm an expert now, but no, not really. But I didn't understand the differences between how the aspect ratio would come out in terms of the video. So some of the video footage I've taken is in 9:16, which would be for, your reels and that type of thing. However, I've done my best to try and clean it up, make it look good, even cover it up in some elements of the videos. So this should not happen in any future videos, and I hope you still enjoy this chapter of the video. My first impressions of walking down through the town was I really was taken aback. You cannot see it right here, but in the background there's lovely mountains that look down over the village, and it's just a spectacular, beautiful looking village. So you won't hear me talking much because I'm just taking it all in. Look at that camera work. What is this, amateur hour? Fontaine de Vaucluse, which means the spring of Vaucluse. Now Vaucluse is the county we are in, or department it's called in France. And on my research, it seems that this town was originally called Vaucluse, meaning close valley, coming from a Latin word. And then the department was named after that, but the town changed to Fontaine de Vaucluse, or Spring of Vaucluse. When you're in a town like this with all this beautiful architecture and scenery, no real words can describe the feeling you get, what it's like. It's very hard to put into words, but all I can say is that it's very peaceful, calming, beautiful place to walk around, just spend some time. One thing I'll say is if you see that castle, note that for the future. I had been recommended by many people to go to this town and check out different things in the town. But when I arrived, it was kind of, where do I go? What do I do? It is a very small town itself, and obviously the river passes through it. But I noticed that a lot of people were heading up in one particular direction. So I said I'd follow up that road up the river and see what's in store. From my understanding, this is the spring and is actually the source of the river Sorgue, which passes through this town and many towns within Vaucluse. If you look closely, you might see some divers in the water. If you remember this picture of the castle from before, it was on my mind as a place to check out and discover. Looking over the village like an old haunted mansion, I had to check it out. There was no obvious signs within the town of the direction to go to walk up towards the castle, so I kind of just winged it and kind of walked towards the general direction of where the castle was. After a while I did start to see some subtle signs of the direction to the castle, but the route seemed, I don't know, a little bit empty and didn't feel right for me in terms of being the main path up, but I just kept going. As I reached the top of this hill here and onto this plateau, for a split second I actually thought this was the castle, and then I realised no, we still are only about halfway up. Well, we're a lot closer to the castle, but I'm not there yet. Still trying to figure how to get up there. Regardless, at the moment we have an absolute beautiful view of the area.
Okay, that's where we're going. Let's go for it.
Okay, so it was at this point I realized, yep, I've probably gone the wrong way, or some sort of way that maybe locals use. I don't really know, but there was no way I was getting my body up that ladder and climbing over that. So I had to look for another way.
Okay, I think I found another way. I am not going up that ladder, let me tell you that. So I'm going to follow this path up this way. We're close, but there's actually no signpost from here, so either I'm on the wrong path or just not many people come up here. Okay, I think we've made it. Bit of a climb on this side. We're gonna see if there's a better path down, because I probably went the wrong way. But anyway, a little bit of an adventure. Okay, we've made it. Just turned 1 o'clock. So let's have a look at the castle.
Okay, guys, bit of a strange one with the name of this castle. So when I was up there, I was hoping that there was a plaque there, an information board, something that I could just get clear information of what the name was and a little bit of history about the place. When I was up there, I didn't see anything. Now, most likely that's due to the fact that I was focusing on my camera, trying to get good pictures and footage for you guys, and it was right in front of my face and I missed it. So I had to do some research afterwards online. And what I have is the following. Château de Philippe de Cabossol, Château de Vaucluse. Vaucluse is the department we are in right now. Department is the county, so Vaucluse County, and that would make sense to the name of the town, which is Fountain de Vaucluse. We have Château de Petrarque. We also have Château des Évêques de Cavaillon, Castle of the Bishops of Cavaillon. Cavaillon is the near big town that we went through en route to here. I knew at this point I had to get back. The way down was too steep. I seen a path where other people were heading towards or coming from, and I said I was going to try that. Although it was strange that it was uphill and away from the town, it seemed like the only route. So I'm trying to find my way back now. The path is a lot better, but again, it's not clear which way to go. I seem to be going back up now, but still heading in the right direction. So I recommend, if you are coming up here, take this route, because the other route is not safe. Now the question is, do I go this way or do I go this way? I need to check. Alright, well, we had to keep to the main path according to Google Maps, but again we're going up, which I don't understand, but I'm sure all will become clear very shortly. It does provide beautiful views. Just as a walk itself, it's very, very beautiful. The first thing I started to notice about this trail that I was taking was it seemed to be more clear and safe than the last one I took up to the castle. So I felt I was in the right way or going the right way, but there was nobody else on this path whatsoever. So it kind of gave an eerie silence at the place. And then I came across this. Looks like an ancient settlement of some kind, possibly created by aliens. I'm not too sure. Just reached the peak here and we're on our way down, which means we're on the right track. So if you are going to the castle, this is the way to go. Quite a beautiful walk as well. The other walk is very steep and unsafe, so stick to the footpath. Well further down the trail now. Very silent. It's a longer trail than I expected, but very beautiful. Sometimes it's just nothing better than walking in the countryside. Nice weather, silence, nobody around, bit of peace, bit of quiet. I will say about Provence and a lot of areas in France, you will get this type of beautiful landscape, great weather, great trails to discover. But this is definitely one of those. If you're up here in Fountain de Vaucluse, come up here on these trails and check them out. That's where we came from. And this is where we're going. Oh, we've made it to the end of the trail. I'd say it's about 30 minutes down from the castle, depending on how quick you walk. Walk up, probably be a bit longer. But yeah, this is the way you need to go. And there is trails marked. And there's parking. So we're going to head back now to the centre of town. Here's some signs to direct you which way to go. Now when I go to visit any town or any city, I always see if there's a church, pop my head in, just have a quick look if I can. At this point we're pretty much walking out of the town now, trying to get back to the car. If you remember though, when I was walking in, there was a church, and I'm going to see as I walk back out if I can pop my head in and have a look. So we made it back to the car, and I've got a new battery in to the camera because I brought a backup one. Successful trip overall. Very, very happy with that. Get this settled in here, and hopefully we can get out of this car park. Because the system here is a little bit strange, but anyway, I'm sure we'll figure it out. It's just gone 10 past 2. Or is it actually the right time? Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say it's a beautiful place, definitely worth a visit. This is the 2nd of November, so there is a holiday on at the moment. It will be busier than normal for this time of year, I assume, but judging by the amount of people that were here, I would say in the summertime this is just too packed. That's the only flaw I had about the place, was the amount of people. Nothing you can do about that. Definitely though worth a visit. Extremely beautiful, lots of trails to walk around, very peaceful, and you get a beautiful day like today. No better way to spend an afternoon or a day. So now the challenge is to get back. So on the first video over, you didn't see any of this footage because my battery went dead. But what I'm going to try to do is figure out how to get back to Cavaillon and how to get back onto the motorway. Once I'm there, I'm home free. Some of the roads out here are tight, but nothing to write home about really. It's not crazy roads. Beautiful countryside around here. I think I've said that 10 times, but it's really, really nice. Beautiful houses as well, vineyards, or I think there is some olive groves as well that I'm seeing.
Now you may be thinking, alright, is the video not over now? He's been to the town, but what, is he going to take me all the way home? Well, actually, for all the videos, I'm going to take you to parts where I'm still unsure where I am, and I still am discovering new areas that I've never been before. What we're doing here is I'm trying to get back to Cavaillon, and I'm kind of just winging it here, going with the flow, and it's a really, really nice French countryside vibe, bit of sunshine, and I think you'll enjoy it and learn a bit on the way as well. Let's just take a moment to enjoy a nice countryside drive here in France. No matter where you are in the world, I always think it's nice to go off the main roads, whether it's the motorway, the autoroute, the highway, and just drive out in the countryside. Nice bit of weather like today, I don't think there's anything better. Discovering new places, just taking it easy.
get lost, I find. And usually I try to avoid using Google Maps, you know, just to try and explore the area myself, or just try and figure it out. Obviously sometimes you're going to need to use Google Maps to get out if you're lost, but usually I'll use Google Maps up to a certain point, kind of a general direction, you know, up the motorway, an exit that I need to take, and from there I just kind of try and wing it. It's the best way to explore a place, really. Otherwise you're just focused on what Google Maps is telling you, and you know, I need to go this way, I need to go that way, but it's a better experience if you try and figure it out yourself.
If you missed it in the intro and you haven't figured it out at this point, I am originally from Ireland, and I am driving in a country that I didn't learn to drive in. So sometimes, even though I'm very used to driving in France now, I do come across these strange junctions that I've never seen before and I wouldn't be used to. So that's why I'm a little bit confused here. Now, because it's supposed to be going on to the motorway. The sign for the motorway was there, and now we're going out a country road again. Have I taken a wrong turn? I think I know actually where I'm going to come up on. A7, 4 kilometers.
back into Callion now. Right up ahead, I don't know if you can see that bridge, but that's what we're gonna hopefully be crossing, and then we're onto the motorway. From a distance you wouldn't think that that's a roundabout. That's mad. Alright, so we've got a roundabout coming up, got a sharp turn down. Okay, so it's not the first exit, it's the second exit. Out now, back home. So it should be coming up on the camera now, but there's that church on the hill. You know you're heading in the right direction if you see that. And this road brings you straight into Marseille. It'll bring you past Marseille Airport. It'll bring you into Marseille. It's the A7. We're gonna go to the A8 junction and take the A8 back down the A8, across the A52.
Yeah. I think we're all tired of listening to Big Boss in the car there talk about motorways and intersections and all that. But listen, I just want to take this opportunity to tell you, if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. If you want to see more of these videos, like and subscribe. I'll get them to you as soon as I can. Thank you and take care.